Yo, guys, Urban Barz brings you the best UK reactions to rap, hip hop, and urban music from all around the world. And guys, and everyone who's following the Punjab, Sidhu Moose Wala fans, we have got another track from Sidhu Moose Wala. It's been a couple of weeks here at Urban Barz since I last covered a Sidhu Moose Wala track, and that was just to commemorate his birthday. But guys, I've been asked to cover this track, and it's called Scapegoat. So guys, let's get into our man Sidhu Moose Wala.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those little keys. They sound kind of eerie. This nice little bit of lightning. Scapegoat. This is going to sound wicked, people. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Show mercy on it.
ਆਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੱਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੀ ਕਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੇਰੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸ ਬਾਈ ਜੇ ਐਨੀ ਸੀ ਗਲਤ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਜਿਤਾਈ ਕਿਉਂ 3 ਵਾਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਤਾਇਆ ਸੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਜਵਾਬ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਪਵਾੜਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਠੀਕ ਦੂਜਾ ਮਾੜਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਦੀ ਚੁਣੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੋ ਇਹ ਗੱਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਿਆ ਕੌਣ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੋ ਇਹ ਗੱਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਆਓ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੱਚ ਸਭ ਚਾਰਦੇ ਆ ਪੱਲਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਾਰਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਲਾ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਵਾਈ ਇੰਨਾ ਦੋਗਲਿਆਂ ਬੀਬੀ ਖਾਲੜਾ ਹਰਾਈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਰੇ ਸੀ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਹਰਾਇਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿਮਰਜੀਤ ਮਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਹਰਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀਆਂ ਫਿਰਦੇ ਆ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਵਰੀਤ ਦੀਪ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਭੁੱਲੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਇਹ ਸਕੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੋ ਇਹ ਗੱਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਿਆ ਕੌਣ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੋ ਇਹ ਗੱਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ
Wow. I love the music on this, guys. And this video, it looks like, are these places in India? Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka, and there's a few other places. So it looks almost like if you go to an airport, you have like a billboard of destinations that keep changing every few minutes. I'm not sure. But listening to this song, people, it's crazy, isn't it? So Sidhu was standing up for his political party, and apparently he lost, and people were taking great pleasure in the fact that he lost. That's crazy, people. So in life there's all weird things, because in life you have positive energy and you have negative energy, and some people are really positive and they'll get behind you. Other people are very negative and they will oppose you in everything you do, and they will take great pleasure every single time that you try and do something and it doesn't come off. So I'm going to go back. We're only a minute and 18 seconds into this track, but Sidhu is literally saying to these people, okay, at least I stood up for what I believed in. I might have fallen at the first hurdle, but there's lots of reasons and lots of ifs, buts and maybes about why things happened. But there's also lots of reasons about what you guys are doing as well. So we need to investigate that, guys. People, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Show mercy on it.
ਆਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੱਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੀ ਕਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ
So says, someone said to me yesterday, you lost because you chose the wrong party. It's not about choosing the winning party, people. It's about choosing what touches your heart and your soul. So this was the Punjab state elections, and he was a candidate from Congress Party, which has held responsible for the 1984 Sikh genocide. So people, let me know down here in the comments section, please. I've heard it on a couple of tracks from Sidhu Moose Wala, and some of you guys have alluded it to me in the comments section. So exactly what happened in 1984, exactly what happened with the Sikh genocide, who do you think was responsible for it? Was anything ever made after it? Did anyone get any recompense or anything else? Or what happened? Was it covered up? I don't know, because I don't know anything about this, to be honest with you, so I do apologise. I don't want to speak as if I know, because I know nothing about it, people. So we're talking about something really serious that happened 40 years ago. Yeah, 40 years ago, people. So it's something which is probably still deep in your heart. So let me know in the comment section,
ਤੇਰੀ
please.
ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸ ਬਾਈ ਜੇ ਐਨੀ ਸੀ ਗਲਤ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ
So Sidhu has rebutted what they said about them losing in that election. If the party was this wrong, why did people vote for them earlier?
ਜਿਤਾਈ ਕਿਉਂ 3 ਵਾਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਸੇ ਨੂੰ
And then why did you people make them win 3 times earlier? Why did I not get a response for this statement?
ਸੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਜਵਾਬ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਪਵਾੜਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਠੀਕ ਦੂਜਾ ਮਾੜਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿਨੇ ਕਿਦੀ ਚੁਣੀ ਸੜਕ
So that's what I said about positive and negative energy. So depending on whose perception, from one perception it's a good thing, and then for another perception they're saying it's a sin, it's bad, it's wicked. So it's all about perception and which side you're kicking from, which side you're standing and looking from, people.
ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿਨੇ ਕਿਦੀ ਚੁਣੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਗਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ
Who's the traitor?
ਕੌਣ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ
Who lost and who won?
ਲੋਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਗਦਾਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੌਣ ਆਓ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੱਚ ਸੱਚ
I love this tune.
ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਾਰਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਲਾ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ
So Sidhu's saying he's not the only person who's lost before. There's no stigma to losing. The important thing is about the taking part. And people have brought many honest people down to their knees. So there's been nefarious means and efforts and ways as well to bring a good man down. I had to check this one, people. So he's saying these two-faced people made Mother Kaura lose. So if you know who Bibi Kaura is, let me know down here in the comment section. And so this is all around the period about what happened in the Punjab in 1984. So if you know, guys, let me know in the comment section. Oh, and so Sidhu is a Jat. So he's talking about his people. So he says they made the very same farmers lose when they were supporting in protest. Wow. So I know that you guys will know. So Simranjit Singh Mann, he lost as well. And he was a former decorated Indian police service officer. And he resigned in protest at what happened in 1984. Because I know the Jat people represent the farmers, they represent the service people. So whether it's the police, the soldiers, etc., it's areas like that. Oh, and then they've got away with it. They're roaming free. So it's another person I don't know anything about. So these people, they've forgotten about Navreet and Deep Sidhu. So these are young people, and they died during the Republic Day tractor parade in Delhi. And Deep Sidhu was a lawyer actor, and he turned a Sikhs rights activist. He was killed in a road accident. So there's a lot of things happen, people, along the road to get in your just desserts, people, to get in your civil rights. There's a lot of things happen along the road. And it takes a strong person, a strong personality to stand up for what you believe in, because lots of other things happen on the way to get into your destination. So if you stand up for something which you believe is right, be prepared for negative energy, negative forces to come at you from all angles. So you've got the Gujarat, the Haryana. So these are definitely destinations, people. Manipur, Meghalaya, the Punjab. Oh. So in the background, it looks like, are these people tallying votes? Is this like a ballot section? Are they not casting votes, but are they tallying the votes that people have made in the elections? That's what it looks like to me, people. So he was calling the guy a moron. Oh, that was funny. That moron couldn't even handle his lady, was trying to give me wisdom. he was in a relationship. Oh gosh, there's all sorts of things going on with people, so I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't know enough. But Sidhu's standing up for himself, people, and so we should. See, that's what I'm saying. So Sidhu Moose Wala is saying, those people who mock me and say, oh, you lost, we're so happy, blah, blah, blah. Why were you not big enough, man enough to stand up for yourselves and stand up in the elections against Sidhu, etc., etc.? If you so believed in what you were thinking and what you're doing, no, you just want to pull other people down. So that is so true. So this represents, is it Gary Sandhu, Naseeb and a few other artists posted IG stories mocking Sidhu on the defeat. And I've covered, is it Naseeb? How do you pronounce it? Let me know in the comment section. I'm sure it's the same guy. I've covered 2 or 3 of his tracks. I think he does a bit of drill. So they were looking and making fun of Sidhu Moose Wala because he didn't get elected. Wow. Social media hypes a lot of people, but the one person who doesn't need any social media hype, and that's Sidhu Moose Wala. When I first saw him, I wasn't reacting. I wasn't even looking at YouTube. I remember seeing him one day. I just saw him, one of his tracks, and I thought, this guy is going to be the biggest artist in the whole of the music industry. He was so great, and this is one of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel, because I really wanted to cover Sidhu Moose Wala songs. The man is just incredible. I love that. I love that. If you're not going to bite, then while you're barking, keep your bark quiet. This music is incredible. Oh, it's so true. The new ones are terrible, and so are the traditional ones. Literally, we just need a clean sweep in all of politics, and it's not just in India, but all around the world. Everything needs a clean sweep. Sorry, I've got to stop that. So Sidhu Moose Wala said he made a stand, and he made a stand for the underdeveloped people. He created a brand. Sidhu's district and village was considered a backward area for the longest time, but he made it famous. So I've always said Sidhu Moose Wala stood up for his people, for the Musa people, the Musa village. He stood up for the Jats. And this is the one thing about Sidhu Moose Wala I don't understand. Everyone goes around saying that, oh, he's a gangster, blah, 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 gun, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But what I saw from Sidhu Moose Wala, what I hear from his lyrics as well, is someone who was prepared to be a figurehead, to stand up for his people, and to stand up for everything about them, to support them, to stand up for them, to represent them. There's nothing wrong in representing your people. That's one of the most important things in life. If you've got something to say, or if you've got an issue with something, then stand up for what you believe in. That's what Sidhu Moose Wala did. So I don't understand why everyone's laughing at him and having a go at him. He did what he believed was correct. The people I made victorious are the ones who made me lose. Wow, he was stabbed in the back. So he's saying that even though he failed to get elected, That was one of his darkest hours, but he was going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes because it's made him a bigger and better person, more sage, more wise about the goings on and the machinations of politics and what goes on and what happens. That is a really incredible line to quote. And Sidhu Moose Wala has some of the best lyrics. He's the best singers I've ever heard, but it's in the lyrics that you really understand the man. He was through and through believed, and he did what he believed, where a lot of people just talk a lot and don't do anything. But Sidhu actually backed up everything he said. So Lahore, Peshawar, you know the score. Absolutely love that track. It's about time that we put an end to this never-ending blame game. Yeah, I agree with that. And start taking accountability for our own wrongs. I agree with that too. We as a society need to introspect, look into yourself, look into what you're doing and what you've done, and make changes accordingly. Change in you will bring change around you. Oh, that is brilliant. I don't know whose quote that is, but I agree with that 100%. Always look at yourself and look into yourself first before you start to blame other people. Wow, that is incredible. Incredible. I'm aware that you may not agree with everything I believe in. Our perspectives may differ. Let's learn to respect that. I do not regret my initiative. It was never about winning or losing. The moment you decide to stand up for your people, you've already won. And that is why he is a legend. And this legend will never die, because Sidhu started something, his people will carry it on forever and ever and ever. They tried to stop it, but it's like once you start a stone rolling down the hill, you ain't going to stop it. And it's not over yet. Wow. I think this was done in 2021. Peace out. So just this year or so before his passing, Sidhu made this track, and absolutely fantastic, Scapegoat. And it's really fitting he's called it Scapegoat, because he's blamed for everything. So if something happens and goes wrong, they'll blame Sidhu Moose Wala. If Sidhu stood up for his people, stood up in the elections and failed, they blame Sidhu Moose Wala. Anything that happened, and he said in Lahore and in Peshawar and all these other regions, they'll blame him. Wow. It's very easy for the blame game to blame someone else. Whereas, as Sidhu Moose Wala said, and I've tried to live this myself, look in at yourself first. Make your own corrections first before you start blaming other people. Wow, that was an incredible track. And I've heard so many tracks like that from Sidhu Moose Wala as I'm going through his back catalogue. And people think he's just like a one-trick pony or one-dimensional character. Very complex character, very complex. And again, now I know why people have put Sidhu Moose Wala in the same brackets with people like Tupac as well. These were politically inspired people, even though people said that they had the gangster, the thug life, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 surrounded by guns and everything. But their whole life, they were in the middle. I can't even think of the word I was about to say, a microcosm. Probably, is that the right word to say? But they were in the middle of something larger. So in some aspects, you probably did have to protect yourself, protect your neck. So they would have to carry arms, because there's people who are looking to bring about their downfall, both from without and within. So when you start to speak up for a cause that you believe in, a lot of people don't like it. So you have to protect yourself at the same time as speaking out. And then from that aspect as well, once you start speaking out, people try to pull you down by putting all sorts of labels on you and against you, some which are obviously not true at all. And people will start to believe the narrative around that. So Sidhu Moose Wala, as far as I'm looking at, I'm listening to his lyrics. I used to watch some of his songs before, a couple of years, 2 and a bit years ago. Sometimes I didn't know what the lyrics were. I just used to watch the video. I still got this aura, There's something about him which was bigger than just a singer, bigger than just an artist. But when you start to listen to his lyrics and you hear the way he sings from the heart, you know that he was 100% true, and he had a mission to bring his people to the forefront. Some people didn't like it though, but there you go. So guys, wherever you are in this world, whatever you're doing, please do not let Sidhu Moose Wala fade from your memory. He's too important for that. His cause is important as well. So hopefully you guys are carrying that on and you're helping to make things better for your people. And that's the one thing we can do, is to make things better for wherever and whoever we are. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Here at Urb'n Barz, I've covered quite a few Sidhu Moose Wala's tracks. I'm going to cover more and more as the weeks and the months progress. Absolutely love listening to Sidhu Moose Wala. His voice is incredible. The production around and his team was incredible as well. So we know the normal suspects, the usual players. Absolutely brilliant. I always like listening to certain aspects of the songs. I love listening to Sidhu Moose Wala's voice. Then sometimes I need to try and tune out so I can hear what's going on in the production as well, because a lot of that is amazing and it just sits and it syncs so well together. It lies together like in a bed and it's just perfect. So guys, that was an incredible track, Scapegoat, and I'm so glad he stood up and he answered his critics. He answered his critics. At least he had the bravado to stand up and put himself on the line, where a lot of people will take shots from behind the fence, duck down, and they wouldn't absolutely put themselves out into the firing line. So it is what it is, people. So thank you so much, guys. And please subscribe to my channel here at Urb'n Barz. We're going to be listening to more Sidhu Moose Wala tracks. And today I was doing a lot of answering all of your comments. I hadn't answered some comments for about 2 or 3 weeks. I've been ill for the last month, really. And today I've heard so many bits and pieces. Like someone was saying to me before on one of the videos I covered, I can't remember which one it was, that the 2 dogs in it, were they Dobermans? Were Sidhu Moose Wala's dogs? And once he was murdered, the dogs didn't eat for a few days because they were so traumatized by Sidhu Moose Wala not being there. There are so many things you put in the comment section. Thank you so much. I'm learning more and more and more about Sidhu Moose Wala. So please, please do not stop putting your comments down here in the comment section, guys. I will read them all. Sorry it took so long before. I was just not well. But I'm going to try and keep up to date and up to speed because I love reading your comments. That's probably the most important thing to me, is reading what you guys are thinking. Guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a great day, a great evening. Look after yourselves, look after each other. But more importantly than all of that, guys, as I always say, make certain you come back to the next Urb'n Barz reaction, guys. I'm out.